like to call to order the regular meeting of Monday, June 28th, 7 p.m. Please rise for Pledge of Allegiance and moment of silence. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Okay, Sharon Stiltner here, Andrew Boulay.
Here.
Janice Basso. Here. Bill Clark.
Here.
Jennifer Baker. Heather Neal Roberts. Here. Nicole Emery. Here. Mr. President, we have a quorum.
All right, thank you. And I guess no recognitions or presentations, so we move right along to consent agenda items. Anyone like to make a motion?
I'd like to make a motion that the Board of Education approve all consent agenda items, including the agenda minutes, personnel items, treasurer reports, and bills as listed, items A through C. Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions, comments? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. And then we have our information items.
Well, this will be the
2A.
last time I'll have to tell you about our two-way communication report, hopefully. We closed out the last week's, we're very strong in the 90% both times, and, you know, that's obviously exam week, and I can ship you those exact numbers as well. The extended COVID learning plan update, if you remember, part of the whole scheme of things is that we have to post that in February. We posted our mid-year progress online, and then at the end we have to post the full school year report. And so we've compiled that information. That'll go up on the transparency tomorrow. And that's really, it's obviously a very tough year to gauge your progress because there was no state testing again. So
Yeah.
what we used was NWEA stuff, and so it'll be up there. That's really about it. Administrative reports. I did tell the principals today that, well, I actually told them last week that if they weren't going to be around, not to bother making a trip back. They are working through the end of the week, but if you need to catch up with them one final time, well, they'll be back in 2 weeks for summer school, so or at least Melissa will be, and Ryan will be around, so that's it.
All right. Any board reports?
I have one kind of informational item. Heather Rollins came to me and wanted me to just let you know that the Algonac Lions Hall is gonna be hosting a safe talk, for suicide prevention. And it can actually count for continuing educations for credits. And they actually got a grant through Wappo Island, the Native Americans were able to get this grant that brought this safe talk here. So it's only $10 a person. And it will be July 28th from 1 to 4:30, and then she also has another one coming in September, which she'll get me the information, I'll get it to all of you. I have a flyer guide, I just pass it around to you guys to look at, but if anyone's interested, Pascal's gonna send it out to the staff if any of them are interested in getting the credit for this. And it just goes through different ways to talk somebody through to help them prevent, suicide.
Cool. All right, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Anything else? All right.
Anybody wants to come down and help us out at the Lions Club Pickerel Tournament, I'm in charge of headquarters this year. Can always use bodies to sell tickets. And the Algonac Lions Club typically gives away 5 $1,000 scholarships to Algonac seniors. This year we gave away 8 $1,000 scholarships. We had
Wow.
8 applicants, COVID and everything else like that. We have not been able to do a lot of things that we have typically done for school students, and so we decided that was how we were gonna kind of try to make up for what we couldn't do before. So 8 very well-deserving students each got $1,000, so that's pretty good.
That's awesome.
And a week ago Sunday was my last day at work on the railroad. I'm on vacation until July 16th, and then I'm retired.
All right, congratulations.
Just in case anybody wonders.
Good for you.
I'll pass that on.
Soups report?
I did email it to you now.
I got it. I
Okay.
saw it, yep.
All right, superintendent's
Yep,
report?
I just got a couple things for you. We talked only, a week ago, but you saw some of the issues that we were having in terms of getting contractors to bid on some of the projects, and then some of the projects, just like everybody is well aware, getting supplies, getting workers is very difficult, so we do have some items. The good news is we have two very big projects, our two biggest projects, the Algonquin roof and the security door and camera system. Camera guys are ripping through they're already moving. They were working up on the roof today over at Algonquin, so that project's moving, so those two are in good spot. Really, this summer, for the scope of this summer, we know that we're looking at, again, we've got the ramps here at the high school that we're gonna look at and wanna make sure we get those taken care of. Pole barn at this point is pushed back just because of the crazy amount of money that they wanted to do it. And then the playground over at Point Trumbull is pushed back at least until September, and that's just waiting on equipment. One of the things that I do wanna get just some feedback on, and I sent it to you, and, so we talked about doing some upgrades over at the auditorium at, Algonquin. As you know, and everybody at the table is aware, that is kind of our main place that we go. We don't really, use the lecture hall here at the high school for performances and things like that. So really, it takes care of our band and choir. It takes care of any drama that we do. We do open it up to outside groups, and that's not my main goal, is to bring people in and, but I want it to be functional for our kids, and I want them to have something. So we looked at some upgrades. I had Evan meet with guy that came over and said he was willing to he'll architect and oversee the project for a fee. When we started talking about, okay, what's the total cost, or what might you be looking at, the number we were giving us somewhere around $100,000 and $120,000 range, and that's that's sound, that's lighting, that's some of the major things. Just again, it's not going to be probably ready for Broadway, but it's going to be pretty nice. What we really want is, what happens is when people do come in and use it, it's difficult if you don't have a background in it. And so what happens is people move levers and people turn things that they shouldn't turn, and we're trying to get a very streamlined system to where it's a one button push for this, and we'll have Evan will have it controlled in terms of, we'll have locks and where people can't necessarily turn this way up, and maybe we won't have the same issues that we've had, but we just wanted, again, I think it's a good investment, because your band, your choir, your drama, that's a group that we put money into athletics, and we put money in these other things, and I just think that it'd be nice where parents could sit down and hear very clear what's being said, and some of those types of things. So I just wanted to get the board's take on this, if I should be pushing forward with this. I think it's again, I think it will, at some point, every kid's in that auditorium for something. So
And I think even the community support too, I mean, it's part of what we're here for as well.
I mean, when they have a play or something in there, it's full.
Yeah.
It's packed,
Yeah.
people are there.
okay.
I think they should do something different with the stairs. I was watching those kids going
to the-
up and down from the stage at graduation, and I just thought, it needs a little something.
Maybe a rail.
A rail wouldn't hurt for us.
Well, if that's, I certainly will, I'm gonna follow up then, and I'll get with Evan, and we'll make sure we keep going on that project. Again, I think just something that would be nice to have a place. It's never gonna be the grand stage, but it would certainly
But
be.
it's supposed to be a nice place.
Yes.
I
Yep.
mean,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Little cushions, seats, everything is really very nice.
Yep.
What you're talking more is stuff you're not gonna see, but it's gonna improve
Yes.
what we have.
Experience.
People that have used that room will notice the difference.
Yes, they will.
Because it's hard to
Yep.
hear.
Right.
Well,
Very
it is,
difficult.
and
When they did their play with the masks on, for sixth
You
grade
couldn't hear.
performing arts, it was like,
I can't hear sixth
I have no
graders
idea
anyway.
what this play's even about. It was like so.
It's just a bunch of heads moving
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
just
and-
for the audio system too, right? Not
Yes.
the video.
Yep.
The lighting, right?
Evan,
Okay.
that was, when we set that out for those original specs, that was audio, lighting, correct?
Lighting controls, no
microphones and stuff, yeah,
That's
okay.
what we need the most.
Okay,
Because we did a lot of the light fixtures, the seating and all that stuff with money from the 2008.
yeah, all those seats
Yeah.
weren't
We
in
did
the
like
way.
a lot of work in
Yep.
there.
And it's
back then.
beautiful.
It looks nice, yeah, it looks okay,
too.
yeah.
It just needs the sound.
All right, that's, I got my marching orders, I will push forward with that. And then other than that, it's, you know, we're right around the corner for summer school, I was very pleased with the numbers. You know, almost 250 kids, we've never had that many since I've been in the district, we haven't had 250 kids in summer school. And we expanded it a couple years where we kinda went and really tried to recruit, and we've never had the numbers like we have, so, yeah, I'm thrilled, and I'm thrilled, like I said, we have all Algonac staff members man in the classroom, so it's cool, and then we're even doing some stuff with the 7th and 8th grade, which we've gone away from for a long time too, and, you know, we're really trying to make that go to, because I think that they kinda get lost in that shuffle sometimes, and I think it's a good program to have, so. That's all for me, Mr. Clark.
All right. I have one more, maybe this should have been board reports, but while we're on superintendent's report, I just wanted to take a minute to thank you again. I sent you an email, but wanted to share with the broader
Appreciated
group.
that,
Just, I think how awesome it was that we made it through this year without, you know, knock on wood, there wasn't a lot of drama, there wasn't a lot of, you know, coming into it, we saw other districts having their challenges. Everyone was concerned, the community was concerned, we had people coming in, and I just think, you know, you guys did a great job.
I appreciate that, thank you,
Yeah.
yep, it was,
I concur.
it was probably, I will tell you this now that the kids have gone, it's probably, I would say it's the most stressful year of my career up until this point in 30 years.
Yeah.
It was challenging, but it was, yeah, I appreciate the support of the board all year, and we got through pretty, I mean, all things considered, pretty unscathed, so, yeah, thank you very
Yeah,
much, I
fantastic.
appreciate that.
You even kept the rain away for graduation.
Yeah, barely,
Nearly.
barely, yeah, it was okay, close, so, that's it,
All right, thanks, Al.
thanks.
No visitors and requests, assuming?
None.
All right, we've got several action items, so get ready here. First one is our overnight trip request. We've got an Algonac football grades 9 through 12 trip.
Make a motion, the Board of Education approves the overnight trip request to Camp Faholo in Grass Lake, Michigan for football camp grades 9 to 12. Cost of the trip will be paid by parents and fund raised by the team, no cost to the district.
Sport.
Moved and supported. Any comments?
Just so you know, that was something that they generally do every year. Coach Loper held off a little bit on putting this out there because we didn't know at one point if that was even gonna be a possibility, but they're good to go now,
Mhm.
so.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Up next is the Ferris State Veer Camp.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Education approves the football program's overnight request to the Ferris State Year Camp in Montrose, Michigan. The cost of the trip will be paid by parents and funds raised by the team. There will be no cost to the district.
Sport.
Moved and supported. Any questions, comments? No? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes as well. Up next is our math curriculum that was presented to us last month. Would anyone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion that the Board of Education approves the purchase of the Envision math curriculum from Savas Learning Company for grades kindergarten through 6th grade as presented at the May 24, 2021 board meeting for the amount of $88,714.71.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions, comments? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Up next is the MHSAA membership resolution.
I'll make a motion that the Board of Education approves the resolution as presented for membership in the Michigan High School Athletic Association for the 2021-22 school year. Copy will be attached to the minutes.
Support? Moved and supported. Any questions, comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Up next is resolution for approval of the final budget amendment for 2020/21.
Make a motion that the Board of Education approves the resolution for Budget Amendment Act Number 2 is presented as the final budget
Moved and supported. Any questions, comments? But nice job, Dorothy.
Who supported?
I did.
Jen.
Okay, thank
Yep.
you.
Yep.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Now we have resolution for approval of the 21-22 budget.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Education approves the general appropriation resolution for adoption of the general fund, school service fund, and special revenue fund budget for 21-22 as presented. A complete copy of the resolution shall be attached to the original of these minutes.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any comments, questions? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. And next up is our resolution certifying the millage rate for 21-22.
I motion that the Board of Education approves the resolution as presented, which certifies that for 2021, 17.7298 mills shall be levied for operating purchases upon non-homestead and non-property for debt retirement purposes, 5.7298 mills upon personal commercial properties, and 1.9153 mills for sinking fund shall be levied on the taxable value of all classifications of property located within the school district. A complete copy of this resolution shall be attached to the original of these minutes.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions, comments? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Up next is the food service contract. Would anyone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion, the Board of Education approves the one-year renewal for the 21-22 school year with Chartwell's for food service as presented.
Support? Moved and supported. Any questions, comments? No? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Next up, we have the administrative contracts, and we've bumped them into two. So first is the administrators and then the superintendent. So we'll start with the administrators. Would anyone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion, the Board of Education approves a one-year extension of the current two-year contract for district administrators. Dorothy Gazelle, Melissa Hanners, Mitch Landrum, Brooke Lestage, Brian Melrose for the period of July 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2023.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions, comments? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Up next is the superintendent contract.
I make a motion that the Board of Education approves a one-year extension of the current contract of employment for the superintendent of schools through June 30th, 2024, based on his effective evaluation.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any questions, comments?
Yes. So when we talked about it last month, I raised the point of doing this at the time of the evaluation. We're not at the expiration, it's further down the line anyway. That would be the more appropriate time, so my question is, are we gonna look at doing that in December? So we would do our evaluation process, come back into open session, and extend the superintendent's contract if he behaved himself that year.
So that would be, at that point, an earlier extension rather than waiting until
Well,
now.
this is an extension done earlier. I mean, right now he's to 24.
Yep.
So in December, we do his evaluation and we extend him to 25. He's already, it's not like he's gonna expire June 30th of 22.
Mhm.
We're just adding that year on at the time we do the evaluation. Back when we did the evaluation in like March, we would
Kick it
extend
till the end of the
We're
school
like
year.
real
Yeah.
close to June 30th. But we would extend upon conclusion of doing the evaluation. And
Mhm.
that's, when I left, Al had not made it through his first 5 years. We gave him 5 years to protect him, to get him, so his retirement was protected because he didn't have tenure here anymore.
Yeah.
So, in order to make sure he made it to his 30 years, when we hired him the superintendent, we gave him a 5-year contract. That got him to his 30 years. Well, I left in the meantime, so we're doing these
so we would do it in December and then not do it in June of
You would
22
make this same
instead.
motion, that you're gonna extend a one-year extension of the superintendent, only in December, you'd say June 30th of 2025.
Yeah, I guess my question is are you saying we don't pass this one
No,
now,
no,
we
we
hold
pass
on to?
this one
Okay,
now.
right, yep,
But then from
Future.
there on,
Yeah.
the next evaluation, so this is based on the evaluation that was done in December.
yeah,
So if you, when you do your evaluation in December, you do it then. So this December,
we'll do it again.
we'll
Right.
do
Yeah.
one
We
again.
don't
So-
do June anymore.
Yeah, so we'll have
After
two
that.
extensions in this calendar year, none next year until December.
No, we'll do it
Of
this
next year.
December when we do an evaluation.
Yep.
Which would
Instead of
take me
waiting
out
to
till-
be
25.
Yeah, instead of waiting till June to
Okay,
get him to
sure, yeah.
25, we just do it in December.
Yep,
Because their
I
calendar
gotcha.
year runs July first.
Yep. Makes sense,
That's-
yep,
So,
that makes
That's
sense
all
there,
I
Ron.
have.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yep, okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Next up is our personnel report and agreements.
I'll make a motion that the Board of Education approves the wage increases and agreements attached to the personnel report for the 2021-2022 school year, effective July 1st, 2021 to June 30th, 2022.
Support.
Moved and supported, any questions?
Yeah, just so you know, when we went through, and of course, the teachers were the first ones that actually came back, but, they had 58 votes cast, and it was a 58-0 vote, so.
Sweet.
Excellent,
That's so they're, obviously being appreciated, so.
Mhm.
yeah, nice job.
That's it. Yep.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? That passes. I think that brings us all the way down to, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
Supported? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that passes. Good meeting.